ones, welcome to week 3 of Get Your Kit On. So it is week 3, and before I get into it, just to let you know, I am completely makeup and cream and everything free today because I've had a sore eye for the past week or so, and on my advice of my doctor, I have been told not to put anything on my face at all. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious about it. My eye is quite swollen and quite sore, but I've decided you don't come here for beauty tips, you come here for a bit of sparkle. So I've got my favourite Liberty Star Donny shirt on, I've got my little sparkly stars on and the same old sparkly smile, and I'm here to tell you all about what's been going on this week at week 3 of Get Your Kit On. So before I get started, I'll tell you a little bit about the challenge. So this is it's just I was going to say self-inflicted challenge. That's not what I meant. That sounds terrible. It's just a challenge that I've made for myself, but as I do with all of my challenges, I'm welcoming anyone that wants to join in. And I've had some lovely messages and some lovely shares on Instagram this week about people that have got their kits out. So thank you so much to the lovely Emma, So Do It Emma, who gave me a lovely shout out, and the lovely Helen from Stitch Rip Repeat, who have also got her kits off, which is fantastic. So yeah, and good luck to anyone who is making from a kit this week. So, and all you need to do is just tag me in. So if you Instagram, tag me in at so.letsparkle on Instagram. I am keeping an eye out for the hashtags, but hashtags don't really work that well anymore. But if you tag me in, then I will give you your special Sparkle Star Award. So that is what's been happening. Now, progress. This week, I have to say, progress has not been as great as it could have been, but I have made progress. So progress is progress. The first thing that I have finished is one of my Knickers kits. So over the years, I have bought Knickers kits from the lovely Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. And they are absolutely wonderful. But as I've kind of worked on my knicker game, as it were, and kind of perfected the knickers that I like to wear, the fabrics, the elastics, all of those bits and pieces, I've kind of moved away from Andrea's kits now and start making up my own. So whenever I have particular jerseys, that come in, or I have remnants, if I've got a remnant of a really good quality cotton jersey that I like, as soon as I finish the garment, then I'll cut out a pair of knickers, and I call those my kind of kits. And then I'll find the matching elastics. I like to use a kind of it's a special soft matte elastic, because part of my ADHD means that I'm really hypersensitive to things. So elastic is one of them. It needs to be soft against my skin. It can't dig in any way. It can't rub in any way. It can't be shiny. I know that sounds really silly, but so I use all of my tips and tricks that I've learned over the years and make little kits. So I've finished one of them, and I'll pop a picture up of my finished knickers pants. I was really, really pleased with them, and I hope you'll agree, they look great. I think one of them just looks like superhero pants. And then I've also cut out another kit, so I've got 3 pairs of knickers all cut out, ready to go. They are actually inside out, so there's dinosaurs on this one, stripy, just from a stripy jersey that I had, and another one which is stripy, but it's got little ladies, they look like ladies that are going to school on. And then inside, so this is a project bag, a mini project bag, and then inside, let me just grab one out, I have put everything that I need that goes with it. So there is the flat elastic. So I've made up one kit, and then I've got another kit all ready to go. And I find that this is a way that's really good for me to be very productive with my sewing. If I've got something like that all ready to go, it means that I can sew more often. On Monday morning, I do my social sparkle session on Zoom every Monday, which is 10 till 12, and every Friday, which is 7 till 9. And on Monday morning, I put up a little poll about what you would like to see me sew as my kits. So I popped the Knicker kits on, Baby Sparkle's tropical shirt, and a brand new kit that came through my door last week, which is the Flying Bobbins packing cubes. And it was very much 50-50 on whether it was going to be the packing cubes or Baby Sparkle's shirt. So I'll just share with you a little bit of progress that I've made on Joe's shirt. Bear with. So I'm making the Wardrobe by Me tropical shirt. I'm making one for Baby Sparkles and one for Mr. Sparkles, but I'm starting on Joe's Baby Sparkles first. And good news is it's all cut out, it's all interfaced, it's all stay stitched, and I've started constructing some of the collar. So I just really need a couple of hours, and then I think that will be probably by the end of today. I should imagine that shirt will be finished. So I've made really good progress on there. And then the second thing that I've been working on is these packing cubes. So again, bear with. I bought 2 kits from Liz at Flying Bobbins for these packing cubes, and there they are. And I bought 2 because I just thought they were really cool. I really thought they were really cool. And I bought them because obviously I'm making Baby Sparkles a shirt, I'm making Mr. Sparkles a shirt. And I was thinking, well, my daughter Leah, I'm not making her anything. I am making her Leah top, but that's for her birthday. But yeah, she's off on holiday this week. So I thought she would love some packing cubes. So bear with. I need to bring my table closer or get a wheelie chair. That's what I need. So yes, in the kit, you get enough fabric to make a large packing cube, a medium packing cube, and a wash bag. And then also you get in the kit the pattern pieces for large, medium and small packing cube and the wash bag. But there isn't quite enough fabric in the pack to make the small one as well as the medium and large one. So that is what I'm making for my daughter. I'm making the wash bag and I'm making the large and the medium. So I've finished the wash bag. Ta-da! And it's in this lovely holiday picture postcard fabric. And you don't get a label in the kit, but I have put a label on and it says Magnifique. And you won't, this is just a private joke between me and my daughter because, yeah, it's just a thing and it says Magnifique. You have to say it like that. And I just thought it would make her giggle, and it is for holiday. So yeah, so you've got this little wash bag. So of course you can pop this in your case. You can put all of your smalls in there. You can use it for washing. So you can bring everything home separately. My daughter has, they have got hand luggage only. So they are quite tight on spaces. So I think these packing cubes will really come into themselves. And then here is the rest of my progress. So you might think, well, hang on, Sam, that doesn't look like 2 packing cubes yet, but I've actually done quite a lot because what I've done is I cut out all the pattern pieces, I then placed them all onto the fabric. I cut out all of the pieces, and there's a lot of pieces. I labelled all the pieces, and then I've prepared all of the pieces. So you make a bottom and a top that goes together. So I've got, this is the top of the packing cube and this is the bottom of the packing cube. And then you make the gusset of the packing cube, which is this. And I've actually even put little handles with my So Let's Sparkle labels on because why not? And then basically you put it all together and then bind the inside, and that's the medium one, and this is the large one. So my daughter goes on holiday on Saturday. Today is Tuesday. If I get a bit of a wriggle on, I might push Joe's shirt back a little bit because that hasn't got a deadline. If I get a wiggle on, I can definitely get those finished in time for her. So yes, so it kind of was a bit of an accident. I bought the kit and then I just suddenly thought, right, let's get that sewn up because that will be a really useful gift. And I love making things for others. Don't get me wrong, I love making things for me. I really enjoy making things for me, and I make time in my life to make things for me because it makes me happy. But I also love making things for other people. So yeah, so the kit, the other kit. So I know I probably didn't need to make another kit because buy another kit because I'm going to have the same things in the kit again. But I just think having extra pattern pieces and stuff, having it done is not a bad thing, because I find that particularly with rectangles of fabric, rectangles of pattern pieces, when I use my rotary cutter, I sometimes like cut a slither of it off and then it's not quite the right size anymore. So having a spare one is not a bad idea. Plus I just love Liz's kits. So they came in these boxes tied with this really pretty Flying Bobbins ribbon, which I can't undo. Bear with me, you might have to get my absolutely fantastic editing in again, where I speed it up but don't actually do anything about the sound, so I just end up going like that. I just did it for you. Oh, so there you go. Ta-da! And then inside it's got a sticker on of what colourway it is, or what fabric way it is. And then it comes packed like this. You get the tissue paper, Flying Bobbins sticker, and then you've got the continuous zipper tape with enough zipper pulls for the whole project. You get some lovely binding, you get the netting, and then you get the pattern pieces and the instructions. And this is the fabric for these ones. Look, turtly turtles. And then that's the lining. So yeah, so I've got another kit to make up. So once I've made up my daughter's one, I'm going to make these for me and Mr. Sparkles for when we go away on holiday, because I would love some packing cubes too. And then I will have a little look in my stash to see if I've got any other, which I know I have, whether I've got some kind of other fabrics which will also make nice packing cubes, because I have got some spare of the mesh that I used for, now I can't remember what pattern it was now, but I used it for a Adam Sews pattern, and it was the caddy. And yeah, and he sent me plenty, so I have got extra, so I would be able to make, some in different colours, which would be really, really cool. So yeah, so that's the Flying Bobbins Packing Cubes kit. Easy for you to say, Sam. Oh, I'm absolutely parched today, and another reason with me coming on was I wanted to bring my Very Hungry Caterpillar mug on, because it just makes me feel happy when I'm feeling a bit low and a bit bleh. Hungry Caterpillar always cheers me up. Have you got a favourite mug? What's your favourite mug? Let me know in the comments. So on my Sunday A Little Bit of Sparkle video, I went through a fabric haul with you, and I alluded to that I had some other things that also came as happy post. If you want to see my fabric haul, then please, I'll pop it up here. Please go and check out the Little Bit of Sparkle video that I did on Sunday. There was some fabulous, like really fabulous fabrics in there. And yeah, but I did allude to you that I'd done another bit of shopping. So obviously I bought the kits, the Flying Bobbins kits, and then I also did a little cheeky order with my lovely friend Adam over at Adam Sews. So the main reason that I went on to do the order is that I noticed that he had some of these in. Now, seam ripper, you think, well, Sam, that's exciting. But it actually is. So I love these clover seam rippers. The reason that I love them is that when I put them down, they don't roll away. They're flat, they're super sharp. They've got the little covers on them so I can put them in my caddy without fear of ripping into my fingers. They work really well. They're nice to hold, but as I said, they're flat because quite often, I don't know whether you know this about me, but I can be quite erratic when I sew, and I'll throw something down on the table and it's gone. It's part of the reason why I came up with the Stardock idea of, always having somewhere to put your snips and your tweezers. The seam ripper, again, tends to roll away and disappear, but these clover ones don't, because they're flat. I mean, such a simple solution to a problem. If it's round and rolls away, make it flat, it won't. So yeah, so sounds really boring, but I bought one of those. But the main reason that I was going on was, one, because I wanted to have a look at the new stickers that he had on, and two, he popped on some products that he was making, and one of them really caught my eye. So first of all, the stickers, and these were very kindly gifted to me because I sent Adam a message and asked if these were available like individually or if they were available as a pack, because I wanted all of them, and he said, oh, they're not actually available as a pack, but I'll send you one of each. And I thought, oh, that was really cute. So I've got Luna Quilt Crew with the lovely Luna on. And then again, the classic Adam Sews with Luna at the sewing machine. And then this one, which is the kind of Adam's setup with his long arm and his caddy and his Oslo iron. And so they will be going up somewhere in my sewing room at some point. And then, I couldn't resist. So I love Adam's zip pouches. I have got the pattern that I could make my own, but when it comes to this zip pouch, I just think Adam is the best person to put these together. And I think that all of his makes are really good value for money. The time and energy that goes into making and the fabrics that he used are well worth it. And I know when I've bought things from makers before, I do sometimes get comments from people saying, but you could make that. And of course I could make it, but sometimes I don't want to. I want someone else to make it for me and appreciate someone else's love and talent. So I did. And I bought this gorgeous zip case in this lovely, now the fabric is called something to do with reef and I cannot remember it. Adam has told me. It's got, look at this, it's got an octopus zipper pull, it's got an octopus ribbon, it's got the lovely Adam Sews label, and then the owl ribbon, and then you open it up and get ready for ladybugs and colourful bits of elastic. And it's just so useful, this. So the one that I've got, I use for my makeup, my kind of everyday lotions and potions makeup, and I just use it every day. But when I went away, I took my makeup out of it and I used it to put in my handbag with all my bits and pieces in. And this is what I'm going to use this one for. So this is going to be like basically to put everything in that needs to go in my handbag. So when I change my day-to-day bag, instead of taking everything out of it, I just have to take this out and everything that I need is in here. Because I can get lip salves in there, I can get my sunscreen in there, I can get any kind of personal bits and pieces that I need, everything in there, ready to go. And I couldn't resist. I know it's not a kit, but I thought I'd share it today. So, and then the other thing I bought is kind of kit related. So I'm wanting to make myself some project bags. I use a lot of the ones that you can buy in stationers and stuff, the zipped plastic bags, but I wanted some kind of more fun ones and wanted to make some. And I know that Adam has a pattern for them and Adam makes them. So I thought I'd buy one, which is this one. It's called Friends and Anemones. That made me giggle far too much. And I just thought, oh, that's really lovely. This is the perfect size. This has actually been keeping Joe's tropical shirt pieces all in. So it's a perfect project bag for, you know, for a garment. And yeah, and I thought, right, well, let's get one. And then I can use this and Adam's expertise to make my own, because then I can make them exactly this size. And I'm a bit of a, I find it easier to look at something that someone's made and copy it rather than a pattern, and kind of put, so I just thought, well, I bought this, I won't, you know, I'm not going to copy the pattern, I'm just copying it to make them for myself. And yeah, and I think it's really cute. So lots more of these in my future. You never know, I might even buy some more from Adam because they are so beautifully made. And then Adam had said to me that he's going to pop a couple of things in for me, which was really, really kind of him. And oh my goodness, I am so glad that he did. One of the things that he popped in was this. Now, he was talking to me about this when he came to my Much Ado About Stitching session, and it's called Acorn Precision Piecing Products. Seam Align Gentle Hold Fabric Glue. There you go. It's very small. My eyes are very sore. I kind of had to do that. So I use a basting stick, a basting glue for like popping zips in, popping labels in, that kind of thing. And I find it's really effective. I find it's a great way of, you know, when you don't want to have pins everywhere. This is next level. So if you think basting glue on the stick is great, this is next level excellent, because you take the lid off, so it is definitely precision, so it's almost like hypodermic, you know, so you can be really, really precise on where you put your glue, so you're not going to get any glue, you're not going to get any glue where you don't want glue. You're very, very precise. Plus it's like it has an effect that it glues it down, but you can actually reapply it. So if you're not, I was using it on, what was I using it on? Oh, I was using it on putting on the packing cubes to put the zips in. And I hadn't realised that I'd just put it a little bit too far over and it just came off. But then when I put it back on again, it was still tacky. Absolute game changer. Brilliant stuff. So thank you, Adam. I'm going to be using this a lot more often, and when I use it, I'll try and see, I'll do a little video of me using it, but I'm sure Adam's done something similar. So yeah, go and check it out. And then, because he is such a sweet, sweet man, he is the loveliest, he sent me a little ear pod case, and it is, I mean, it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's just these little, it's a padded case, really dinky, and then it's got the little hole where you can put the cable for charging, and then obviously you can put a little D-ring or whatever on there, and yeah, and it all kind of, it's just so cute. Now, I don't wear ear pods. I'm sure I've told you this before, I've got very sensitive ears. I can't wear earrings, I can't have things in my ears. It's just one of my sensitivities I can't do. So I have to have over the head earphones. So I don't really have earphones. I could definitely give this to someone in my family, and I think someone's already got their eye on it, but I'm not going to. But what does fit into it absolutely brilliantly is my microphone. So my microphone comes in a little box and it has a little charging cable in the bottom and it fits in it beautifully. So yeah. How cool is that? So I'm so delighted that I get to keep it as well. So thank you, Adam. So yeah, if you haven't for a while, go and check out Adam's shop. He's got some lovely bits and pieces on there and it's worth a little peruse. So a little trainer kit update. I'm blaming the bees. I'm sorry. Still no trainers. I'm blaming the bees. Now, as you know, when I first announced that I was doing this challenge, this mini series of Get Your Kit On, I wasn't expecting the sewing bee season to start until the end of July, and it is starting today. So I've just run out of time. I think maybe I might push the trainers off. I might get it done. You never know. But the trainer's kit may just have to wait for another time. But I've just been so busy with busy bee preparation for the sewing bee. And of course you get double whammy Sammy this week, because as well as this video, you'll also get my sewing bee synopsis video in quick succession. So yeah, get ready, buckle up for double whammy Sammy for 2 videos this week. And then of course my normal little bit of sparkle on Sunday. So yeah, sorry folks. No trainer kit progress at all this week, but the sewing bee starts tonight and I'm really excited. So you'll be seeing me again this week. So I do quickly want to mention that if you are getting your kit on or getting your kit off this month, then don't forget you can go on to my Social Sparkle and to sewletsparkle.com on my website. And I am putting on a special session on the 25th of July. It's Saturday afternoon for us to get our kits on all together. 2 hours of sewing time with me and my lovely super sparklers. And yeah, sew up some kits. So my plans for this week is to go to my Much Ado About Stitching session on Saturday, the session that I run. So it's an in-person sewing social that I run with my lovely friend Lynn, Sew Lindy Lou, who I'm sure you know and love. And so I am going to be taking Joe's shirt, if I haven't finished it, my Knickers kit, and that's probably about it, because I'm not going to get much time to do much else. Hopefully, I'm not going to take the packing cubes because they should be done by then. So yeah, so that is what I'm going to take there. So hopefully I shall have lots of updates on that for you when you see me again next week for Get Your Kit Off week 4. But hopefully in the meantime, I'm going to be really cracking on with Joe's shirt and getting Simon's shirt cut out and ready to go. I'm aiming for making progress. I'm not aiming for perfection in any way. So before I go, what is sitting in your sewing room waiting to be made? Is it a kit? If it is, let me know. If it's something else, let me know. Are you better than me? Are you, do you get a kit and just sew it up straight away? Thank you so much for watching this week. And whatever you are sewing this week, don't forget to sparkle. I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.